In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to replace the screen on the Samsung Galaxy S21 ULTRA. Look at this thing. The back cover is shattered and also the front screen. As you can see all these white lines in the black bleeding spot right here in the corner. Let's get right into it. Galaxy S21 ULTRA. All right, so here we have the Samsung Galaxy S21 ULTRA, and as you can see, the back is shattered, the front screen is shattered. The OLED display is actually malfunctioning. So before I get into this repair, let's go over the numbers. Now in my store, every now and then I get an insurance repair that comes in, whether it's a Samsung phone or an iPhone. Tomorrow I actually have somebody coming in for their iPhone 11 Pro. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys the process of me filling out this invoice, since this is an insurance claim that was sent here from the insurance company. Glass and LCD replacement, $384. Select additional repairs. Back cover, $45. So the total is $429. So this is how much the actual parts cost right here. So the actual parts cost for this phone is $247 for the screen and only $6 for the back. So if we take the $429 in the payout that the insurance company is going to reimburse me, minus the $256 in parts, $173 on this repairing this one cell phone. So this is another example of how you can get more customers by being an authorized insurance repair place. All right, so let's get this repair started. Let's put this aside. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna take out the back cover. And the way that we take out this back cover or remove this is with the use of a heat gun. Now, I also use this little thin flimsy tool, and then I also use poker playing cards. All right, now watch me operate. All right, so now we can take off the back cover, as you can see right here. Let me fold it open. So this back cover, as I showed you guys, was already broken, so I didn't have to be as careful as I normally am. As you can see, we're gonna take out a whole bunch of screws. You can see them all around here. There's probably like 15 of them right here. Take out these and just take out the ones you see. Just don't bother the ones that are here in the corner right here. All right, so now I have the all the screws taken out. They're down there. So what we're gonna do is start unhooking these connections. There's one right here. Unplug that. I use this little kind of plastic tool. You can probably use a guitar pick. Do not use a screwdriver to take out connections. Use something plastic or something like that, right? Okay, and then there's another connection right here. So then this thing will come out just like this. And then this thing is kind of taped onto this right here. But yeah, what you see right here is the loudspeaker right here. And we're gonna put this to the side. And this is the insides of the phone right here. And as you can see, there's still some more screws here. Oh, let me unconnect this. Unconnect this, or unplug this right here. Let's take this thing out right here real quick. All right, there we go. Then this thing will come out just like this. This looks like the ear speaker thing right here. There you go. Put this aside. So let's grab our new screen real quick. So this is gonna be the game plan right here. All this stuff that you see right here is gonna be taken out and transferred into this new screen right here. All right, so since we don't need this stuff right here, we're just gonna push this stuff out of the way right here. All right, so let's start disconnecting a bunch of stuff. And it doesn't really matter what order you go into. Except what the first thing you're gonna wanna do is at least unplug the battery connection right here. All right, so what we can do is just start unplugging stuff. Now, the thing that you're gonna wanna be careful is you see these little tiny microchips right here. When you're unplugging stuff, this is what I mean when you don't use screwdrivers. You don't wanna knock any of these little chips off. You see how close they are to the connection right here? And this plastic tool, I only unplug and I don't drag the tool and chip off that stuff. Because if you do, stuff's gonna stop working, right? Okay, so we'll unplug this. We'll unplug this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna test the screen, the new screen out right now. So this is the actual screen connection right here. You see this? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the screen connection from this right here, and I'm gonna plug it right into the motherboard. There we go. Let's plug in the battery, and then let's power it on, and then you'll see this thing illuminate. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm gonna try this out. Everything works, right? Everything is good to go. So now let's power the screen or the phone right back off. Actually, we can just disconnect the battery right here. There you go. And then unplug the screen. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put this right back on here, this plastic thing, because we don't want to scratch the screen then in a nice screen protector that's already on here, right? So let's start disconnecting all the other stuff. When the battery's disconnected, we'll just unplug this right here. I think this is for the volume right here, or the power button. We'll go unplug this thing right here. We'll unplug the 5G antenna over here. We'll unplug in this reception cable right here. We'll unplug this. We'll unplug this. We'll just put this to the side like that. So the first thing that I'm going to transfer over, let's just start right here at the charging port area right here. All right, so what we're gonna wanna do first is take out the SIM tray right here. Otherwise, this charging connection will not come out. And then, as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3 screws right here. We're gonna take out those screws. And we're just gonna transfer everything one by one to make it easy, right? All right, so as you can see the 3 screws there, we're gonna grab our little plastic kind of tool right here, and then we're just gonna go under this area right here, and we're just gonna kind of lift up. Right here. And then this thing comes out like this. And this is the charging. There's a mic right here. Right here. The little hole is on the other side, as you can see. See, here's a charging port. So this is just a simple plug and play popping connection. So if anybody needs to, or is asking you to replace the charging port, you just need to buy one of these. This thing, something like this costs usually like $7. All right, so what we're gonna do is just transfer it right into here. We go right here, start with the charging port area first. Go like that, push in, and the screw holes are already aligned. Now let's put the 1, 2, 3 screws right back in right here. Okay, so as you can see, that's now transferred over. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take out this motherboard right here. So the way that we're gonna wanna do that is we're gonna grab our tool like this, and we're just going to lift out this motherboard. You're gonna have to want to wiggle it out. Remember, unplug the front selfie camera right here. So this thing will just kind of wiggle out. And this is basically your Samsung S21 cell phone. That's it right here. This whole thing runs the entire phone. As you can see, everything else plugs into it, right? the battery, the connections, all these wires, everything plugs into this. Even the cameras, as you can see right here underneath, right? They're plugged on the bottom part of it, right? So we'll just put this aside right here. We're not gonna put this over here yet. So what do we have left right here? We still have the front selfie camera right here, and then we have the two 5G antennas right here. So let's start off with transferring the two 5G antennas right here. So we're gonna want to unscrew the two screws that are holding it down right here. All right, so we got the two screws out right there, and what we're gonna wanna do is just blow you can blow a little bit of heat in this area because this is kind of stuck in there with adhesive. You can just blow a little bit, you don't have to blow it a lot, right? And you just get this tool like this and just get in there and then just pull it out like this. As you'll see, you see the adhesive right there? So then we're just gonna, wherever it came out from here, we're gonna put it right in here. Just like that. And then put the two screws, right? Put the two screws right back. All right, so that 5G antenna is transferred over, and let's just get this plastic stuff out of the way. You can remove this, get this out of the way. That's just junk, right? So we're gonna do the same thing with the other 5G antenna. Take out the two screws. All right, so if you guys are following along, as you guys can see, we're already like halfway already. It's not really like that hard to do this. So what do we have left to transfer over? The only thing that's left is the battery, the front selfie camera, and the reception cable that's right here. So what I'm gonna do first is take out the front selfie camera. And as you can see, right here, they put some type of silicone around it, so it's going to be kind of tough to pull this out. So the way that I take this out is I use a pair of tweezers. Now, if some reason you buy this screen and it comes with a front selfie camera already, do not use the front selfie camera that comes with the screen. You're gonna want to transfer the original parts of the phone that came with the phone and transfer it over onto the screen. Otherwise, your front selfie camera most likely won't work anymore if you use the one that comes with the screen. This screen didn't come with one, as you can see. Take that little piece of plastic out. So we have no choice to transfer the original one over anyways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be careful because you don't wanna jab this, you don't wanna poke and jab this front selfie camera. So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna grab this and slide it on the sides of the camera. And we're gonna break up the silicone. All right, so I got one side, now I'll do the other side right here. All right, so I'm kind of wiggling this thing out right here, and I can already feel that it's coming out. And there it is, just like that. There's the front selfie camera. As you can see, there's a little bit of a black tape right there. That's good. That means I didn't poke anything, right? And as you can see, there's this silicone that's right here. You see it? But just leave that in there. You don't need to transfer the silicone over anyways. So there's the front selfie camera. What I'm gonna do next is let's take out this reception antenna. Sometimes this is kind of tricky. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws right here. And I'm gonna use a different type of screwdriver. What I generally use to take this out is my iPhone Y tip screwdriver, like the letter Y, you know, like Y, like that. And see the little picture right there? That's the tip of the screw right there. That's how it's gonna look like. So we're gonna just start and take these out right here. There we go. Sometimes these are really hard to take out, sometimes they're not. So these right here seem to be coming out pretty easy. All right, so I got all the screws out. Now this thing should just lift out like this. Actually, I'm gonna grab this because there's actually adhesive that's having this stuck into the corner too. So I'm gonna get my tool like this, break up the adhesive a little bit because I know it's over in this area right here. And then just kind of lift a little bit, kind of wiggle. There you go. It's out. So this is your reception antenna right here. Now trust me, I've been through all these like screw ups in the past that helped me learn. If this thing isn't plugged in, your reception won't work. And also, if for some reason your new phone, your new screen comes with this already on it, use the original one and transfer it over, right? Don't use the aftermarket one that comes with it. Use your original reception antenna, all right? So we're gonna put this and transfer it here and put the screws back. Actually, look, this phone already came with screws right here. So what the hell, right? So we're gonna take these screws out so I can put this reception antenna in. All right, so those screws are out. But as I was telling you guys, sometimes these screens come with like stuff already attached to it. So just don't use the aftermarket stuff. Just use the all right, so we're gonna use put these screws right back in. All right, so there we go. We have all the screws screwed in. Now this screen did come with a vibration motor. You can go ahead and leave that in there. Basically it's the same thing. If this screen didn't come, whenever you guys buy it, if it didn't come with this, then just transfer the original one over. You can just easily just pluck that out and stick it there. All right, so the final thing that we have to take out of this broken screen frame is this battery. Now the way that I take this battery out is I'm going to use heat and alcohol. So I'm going to blow heat on this side and get the adhesive warm, and then I'm going to put alcohol right here on the sides. All right, so this screen is warm. Now I'm gonna put some alcohol right here on the sides. Don't use the heat gun anymore. As soon as you start using alcohol, right? Because that's gonna be a fire hazard, right? So we'll put alcohol right here. Now some people do have like a type of heat map that they just lay this phone on, and I've seen it, and it looks like it does like a really good job, but I'm not using a heat mat right now, okay? So what the alcohol does right here, this is 91, let me show you guys. This is what I mean about the 91% isopropyl, I don't even know how to say that, alcohol, right? I got this at CVS, 91%, okay? All right, so the alcohol's there. Now I'm gonna grab this and just kind of pry right here and then lift up. I'll use this one right here. So it's gonna be really hard to take this battery out. So we're just gonna lift it up a little bit, and then once we get it, it's starting to pull up a little bit. Now we can pour or put some more alcohol right there where it's lifting. So it'll get underneath the adhesive, underneath the battery, right? Then lift up a little bit. I can feel it's like starting to come out. There we go. There we go. It's gonna come out now, look. Just like that. See? There you go. And the battery is nice and flat. You see? There's not these big bending the battery like that. You're gonna screw up the battery, right? So let's dry the battery off right here. Can dry this out too. You see there's alcohol. All right, so everything is out of here that we need. So we don't need this anymore. We can just put this aside. We need this screen, right? Let's finish drying this off. So some of the alcohol actually got into this little like hole right here. So I'm just blowing it out with my mouth. Because you know the alcohol, it dries really quick, right? Once you blow air on it. So this new screen doesn't come with adhesive, so we're just gonna use our own adhesive right here. All right, so I'm just gonna cut out some my own tape right here. This is double-sided, really strong red tape, cell phone tape right here. We're just gonna use it right here and place some strips right in here. All right, so the reason why there's adhesive under here is so the battery doesn't start jiggling around in the phone. A lot of people use an exercise with their phone. They run with their phone in their pocket. Otherwise, you'll start to feel and hear something jiggling around, right? You don't want that. Actually, first, let's put in this motherboard right here, right? Okay, so we're gonna make sure these connections are out of the way, and we're just gonna put this right in here. Fits in just like that. We'll take our front selfie camera, put it right here, plug in the front selfie camera. All right, that's plugged in. Make sure it's plugged in. I always feel it with my nail. Make sure it's all the way plugged in. Now, as you can see, we have other connections right here. There's 3 of them. The 5G antenna. This other connection right here, we'll plug that in. Make sure it's plugged in. And then the reception antenna. Okay, got that in. Now we'll put in the battery, right? All right, so we'll take our battery now and then put this right in here. Put it in right there. Now we'll just start plugging all the other stuff in, right? Here's the screen, the full OLED display screen, right? This is this connection right here. Plug that in. Feel it with my nail. Now we're gonna take these right here, plug these in. And as you can see, the arrow, that means it goes this way, up. All right, that's plugged in. We'll plug in the bottom one. See, I heard 2 snaps, I heard it twice. So it's plugged in on both sides, right? Now we're gonna get this one. Plug that in, plug that in. All right, so now we're gonna plug in these right here. Plug that in, plug in the other 5G antenna right here. You can go ahead and just plug in the battery too. All right, so everything's plugged in, as you can see. We'll put the SIM tray in right here. So at the bottom, goes in like this. So these are the last two things that we're gonna have to put in. The loudspeaker right here, we'll put this in first. Go in right here. Snaps right in, right? That goes there. We'll put this where it's supposed to go, which goes right up in here. Plug that in. Plug this in right here, see? And then plug this one in right here. See that one? Plug that in. All right, so then this is gonna flap like this, and then we're gonna plug in these two connections right here. This one, and then this one. So it goes just like this. Plug in this one right here first. This is the wireless charging flex cable right here. Wireless charging, right? Plug that one in. For some reason I didn't feel this one plug in. There it is, I feel it now. Okay, so everything, all the connections are all plugged in. So what's next? Put in back all the screws, right? We'll start at the bottom right here. All right, so all the screws are all back now. So what do we have left? What's the final thing that we have? The back cover. This one's cracked though, right? But guess what? Remember, I bought this back cover. So a lot of the times these come with adhesive that's already attached to it. But look at this thing. It's freaking cheap adhesive, right? I'm gonna use my own. I'm gonna show you guys. Let's take this garbage off. All right, so I have my own Samsung Galaxy S21 adhesive right here. This is way better, right? So I have these pretty much for all the Samsung phones that I use. You see how this is already pre-cut adhesive right here? And it goes just like this, right? It goes like that. But there's already, I'm just gonna use the stuff that goes around here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some of this stuff out. I'm gonna cut it there, and I'm gonna cut it right there. Peel this off right here. Align this up in the corner. That. Let it go down here. Like that, like that, like that, and there we go. There it is. There we go. All right, you guys, I didn't realize that I stopped recording, but this thing is transferred over. Let me show you guys right here. This piece came off of this right here, right? And then I took this thing out and it goes right here. If you're not replacing the back camera, I mean the back cover, you don't have to worry about doing this. But there you go. So there it is. And then what I saw, that camera actually had dust on it, so I'm gonna grab a Q-tip. I'm gonna clean that off right here. And then I can put this back cover back on right here. And then we're gonna power on the phone. And that, everybody, is the Samsung Galaxy S21 ULTRA screen replacement. So you guys see me repair and teach you guys how to replace this whole screen. And as you guys can also see is the amount of money that I'm going to make repairing this one screen, this one phone. If any of you guys out there want to do what I do, how I make a living by repairing cell phones and also by selling cell phones, learn from somebody that's actually in the business. I do have a cell phone repair course. Link in the description underneath this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.